Welcome to Stitcher's Flock. This is where WIPs live, and I've gotten stitching done. I found myself comparing to other Flosstubers who are much quicker stitchers than I and have multiple WIPs and post every day. And then I reminded myself that I have stitched more since I started Flosstube a month ago. More in the last month than I have in the last several years combined. So I'm happy with that. Is it a ton of progress? Are you going to just fall over amazed at the amount of progress? No, probably not. Is that okay? Yes, because I'm happy with how it's going and I'm falling back in love with stitching. And that is by far more important than the speed at which I stitch. The frog made a minor appearance and otherwise has stayed away the last 2 weeks. So I'm sorry if I sent him on to you, but yeah, I am not missing his appearance at all. So what did I stitch in the last 2 weeks? I worked on 4 things, spent the vast majority of my time on Anne of Green Gables. And I say the vast majority of my time, and I will put a picture right here of where it was when I started. Getting better at remembering that. And this is where I'm currently at. Didn't realize I still had a needle attached. I spent several days stitching this, and I needed to move on to something else for my own brain sanity. So this is where I'm at now. Do not like how it looks cockeyed on the Q-snap. It's straight in person. Someone in the comments, probably on Instagram, described this as fussy, and I am finding it fussy. I am not normally a sampler stitcher, and that's probably why it's taking me forever. I love how it looks. I'm very far behind. I realize that, but I'm going to stitch it so I am happy with it. And, you know, I am pleased with it. I really am. And I realized in my last video I was very bad about mentioning fabric count. And I'm trying to do better in this video. And I'm going to have to look this one up. Hang on. Had to go look it up. It is 28 count Glacier by Picture This Plus. So it's coming along nicely. Is it the fastest thing I've ever stitched? No, but that's okay. I'm not looking for speed and looking to enjoy it once it's done, and that isn't going to be a problem with this. So I will take it as it comes. I'm not gonna, beat myself up because I'm slower than everybody else. So I did pick up 2 other pieces this week, and I did start a new piece. So what else did I pick up? I picked up On It Like Jane Austen's Bonnet, and here's where I was before. And here's where I am now. This is the one that's on the scroll frame, oddly. There is a slight counting error in this line, but I wasn't picking out all of this to fit this. I'm not worried. I will make it work. It still looks beautiful. I love that bonnet. I love the bonnet. The back stitching isn't in for the leaves and the flower and stuff, but I still love the way that bonnet looks. And this is on 28 count Picture This Plus Smoky Dove or something like that. See if I wrote this one down. I'm going to have to go look it up. I know it's Picture This Plus. I know it's on 28 count. And apparently I didn't write this one down either. I will have to look it up for next time. It's a Lugana. It's a gray. I bought this fabric for something else and I'm no longer stitching it, so it's going to be harder to find the fabric, but I will find it for next time. So I love stitching this piece. Every time I bring it out, I smile immensely the entire time. It's just, it goes quickly. I got that bonnet in and I couldn't stop smiling for the rest of the day. It's going to look so fabulous sitting on my wall. I'm just over the moon in love with that piece. It's a joy to stitch. So nothing beats having something you really just want to stitch. And that was the case for the next two pieces as well. So next up, I pulled out Shannon Christie's Here Comes the Sun. I forgot to take this one out of the plastic. I'm sorry. Here's what it'll look like when it's done. Here's what it looked like last time you saw it. And I got quite a bit of this done. I had to do some frogging, but that's okay. The frogging was minimal. So here's where it is now. This is a day or two from a finish if I just sit down and stitch this. And this is just so much fun to stitch. I smile the entire time I'm stitching this. I love the colors. I love the way it's popping. It's much clearer to see the lettering and the in person than it is on camera. Maybe if I hold it closer, you can see it better. But I have to re-put the rays of the sun in too. That's easy. This piece is just, it is so fun. It is so enjoyable, and it is a joy to stitch. It's on this one. I know I have the tag for. I just took it off. Prove myself a liar again. This is on 25 count Lugana in, I got this from ABC Stitch. I did a very bad job of writing down the fabric for everything. I'm gonna have to go look this one up. 25 count from ABC Stitch. Is the tag still on it? Tag is not still on it. I want to say it's Glacier Blue, or it's Glacier Blue, something like that. But I love this piece. It's just, you know, you have those pieces you bring out and your face lights up. That's that piece for me. So the next piece is a new start, and it is, I Will Always Be a Wildflower by SamSarah Designs. Good morning, Felicity. And I am stitching this on 25 count blush from ABC Stitch. It is, I believe, Picture This Plus. And it's Lugana. And I pulled, it's, I converted I pulled all my own colors for the stitching. I'm doing it in silk. It feels so much better than the cotton between my fingers. And here's my start. that was just a couple of hours of stitching. It's going very quickly. It's, see if we can get a little closer there. It is a joy to stitch. This has the real danger of turning me into a monogamous stitcher in the next couple of weeks. I won't let it happen, but I won't lie. The siren song of being a monogamous stitcher is very much there. And that's all you could ask for from a piece you're stitching, and especially a new start. It's, yeah, I love this piece. So those are the 4 pieces I touched in the last 2 weeks. And I'm good with that. I got a lot of stitching done. For me, it isn't a lot of stitching for a lot of you, but that's okay. It's Tammy's stitching journey, and Tammy's happy with what she, accomplished. So I do have a stitching related finish. It's been finished for a while, but I keep forgetting to show them, so I'm not going to forget today. Still too hot in Texas to even contemplate putting my feet in shoe prisms that are closed-toed and canvas and heavy, but they're so cute. They deserve to be shown. I freehand stitched a pair of heads. So that is the right shoe. And that is the left. The Instagram kept showing me reels of people stitching shoes and selling them, and they were expensive. And why? When I could just do it myself. Couple of tricks I learned. I did the right shoe with a tapestry needle, and I did the left shoe with a sewing needle. The right shoe was much harder to stitch. Tapestry needle didn't like going through the shoe to pull thread. The left shoe was easier to stitch because of the pointed end. It went through the canvas much easier. It was much easier on the fingers. However, it did leave, you probably can't see them, very tiny holes in the fabric that aren't an issue, but that did not occur on the right shoe. It's not a big deal. They're heads. They're designed to go in the washer. I love those shoes. Someday it will cool off enough to actually consider putting my feet in shoe prisms. That won't be this month. It probably won't be next either, to be honest. So that was the last 2 weeks of stitching. I did read I read several books in the last 2 weeks. The best book I read in the last 2 weeks wasn't an audiobook. It was Can't Help Falling by Courtney Walsh. I will link my Booktube video down below where I talk about it. It is a sweet romantic comedy. It is book 3 in the Sweater Weather series. No, it's book 4 in the Sweater Weather series, I think. And it has so many profound lessons about love. If you're, paying attention, you will get them. If not, I talk about them in my video down below. And I loved it. It is sweet. It is fun. It's a couple hours read. Is it great literature? No, it is not. It isn't pretending to be great literature. And that's okay. Not everything is an instant classic. Did you read anything good last week while you were stitching? Did you listen to anything good? If so, leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, and I will see you here in a couple of weeks at Stitcher's Flock.